Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Look, this video is going to be very controversial. I already know the comments. Oh, you think Coman should be sold? Plastic? Yeah, cool. No, I don't think he should be sold, but there are things that I genuinely want to get off my chest because I think about these things. Every single video you see on this channel are things that I think about while I go to sleep. And this channel is just a way to express myself and share that platform with other people, with the amazing community here that's constantly growing. And speaking of community, we don't have a sponsor for today. Unfortunately, no trillion-dollar companies wanted to sponsor. No, I'm kidding. Robert Flores, thank you so much for becoming a member and supporting the channel in that way. Remember, if you want to do that, you can definitely use emojis in the chat now and in the comments too. So I'm coming up with some big things when the season returns. They're big. Come on, wait for it. I'm coming up with some big emojis, some Tor FC Bayern Munich, some Tor emojis, some goal emoji. Oh, it's gonna be cold. Lewandowski. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for everyone to see it. All the sponsors are gonna get a nice little blessing. But if you're not a sponsor, that's completely fine. Supporting the channel by just watching is probably the most important thing to me, right? So let's talk about Coman. This isn't a video about why we should sell Coman. It's a video about Kingsley Coman's last chance at Bayern Munich. I think this season right now is Coman's last chance at Bayern. Coman is a frustrating player to me. He's not my type of footballer. I would get it out there. He's not a player that I would pick in my team if I was buying a player. And thankfully, I'm not Bayern Munich's director of football. I am not, because I can't really do it. I would have a lot of emotion with the job I do. For me, I see Coman more as a player that will frustrate you at times, but has this incredible talent to take players on. But that's just not it. That's not all of it. We need a little bit more. Our game is becoming tighter now. We're staying in between the lines, congesting the middle now. Our wingers are coming inside, scoring more goals, and they're going to be in tighter spaces. Coman is good in tight spaces, but it's always been about his decision making. When he has a crossing opportunity, that ball is landing at the Eiffel Tower in France, where he's actually from. And that's something that I keep saying, and people say I hate Coman. I genuinely don't hate him. I think he's a very good, talented player, but outside of his talent, I feel like he doesn't really just have this decision making inside of him. And that's why I'm saying this is his last chance at Bayern Munich. It's not. The same way I said Lucas Hernandez's last chance. It's not. It's never their last chance. It's just, for me, how I want them to perform this season. I want Coman to have a great season. I genuinely do. I want him to have an absolutely unbelievable season. Every time he gets on the ball, opponents start crying. I would love that. I would love him to have a perfect season. I know he won't, but I want him to try his hardest to have his best ever season for Bayern. I want to see him get double digits in goals or assists. It doesn't have to be both. I want to see him do very well in the league and play consistently. I really want him to be fit for at least 90% of the games. These are just things that I want. Hey, say it to the universe and then you might get it. I really want it to happen for Coman this season. Reason is, look, Sané is coming in. It's a big reason. Yes, Leroy Sané is coming in. Now Coman no longer has to deal with the pressure of being the next Robin or Ribéry, because now Sané and Gnabry have pretty much just identified themselves as the new replacements due to the fact that they actually changed their numbers to 7 and 10 respectively. So Coman doesn't have that pressure anymore. He's going to be on the bench. Not immediately, but he's going to sit on that bench, which means we need to have him have a great season. Every time he plays, he has to just make Sané feel scared for his position. I want that. That's the whole concept of squad depth. You want players that are willing to take each other's positions by working hard and taunting each other. I want Coman's warm-ups to scare Sané, and Sané can just score a goal, and that's how squad depth works. I really want Coman to have a great season. He's going to play either left wing or right wing. He's going to take fullbacks on the left. And, he did it with Kura. He took him on a few times. It worked. Almost won a pen. Scored a goal in the Champions League final. And the reason I'm making this video, by the way, today, of all days, is because Coman had an interview where he talked about his little real ambition and desire to have a great season. And he said it himself. If Coman is saying it himself, then I'm allowed to say it. But George has a Coman agenda. Of course, I have a Coman agenda. I have a Neuer agenda. There was a time where Neuer was apparently demanding 25 million a year, and I was like, sell him, because I have zero emotions when it comes to our players. I just want the best for this club, and that's that Coman performs well. If Coman starts having the bad games, the crossing moment, I don't want to tweet about Coman having zero crossing on FIFA. I don't want to because he doesn't. He has at least 70, right? Go check. But I don't want to tweet about that. I don't want to talk about, he could have done that. I don't want to talk about and scream about him missing a big chance he should have scored because he would be thinking those things himself. So I really want him to have a great season. I really want him to prove himself. I really want him to push our two new wingers. Well, look, if you talk about new wingers, Gnabry is definitely not new. 2 seasons at Bayern already. But Coman's been here since 2015. Now, can you name me anything of real significance that Coman has achieved? Got 10 plus goals, 10 plus assists, fit for the champion. It's always one reason or the other with Coman. You know, he'll get injured for maybe 60% of the season or just 40% or 30%. But then the 70%, you know, he's in and out of form. And look, what you want from your winger is consistent threat, consistent liveliness. I want Coman to always be consistently lively in games. And sometimes it looks like he doesn't want to get injured, so he pulls off challenges and things like that. Ironically, against Spurs, he wasn't playing that well, right? But then he still got injured. Oh no, he did score a goal. Yeah, he was playing well against Spurs, but I felt like he wasn't trying to get injured. It's one of those games that you know it's going to be a Mourinho team physical, so he wasn't trying to get injured, and then he literally injured himself. Those are moments that you just don't want to see. I don't want him to play with fear. I want him to express himself. Look, this is a 24-year-old guy we're talking about here. He's older than me, much older than me. And we're still talking about how we want him to be more mature on the pitch. People keep telling me, Coman's still young, George. Coman's still young. He's not. He's 24. Sané's 24. Coman's older than Sané, literally. He's older by a few months, actually. Sané is literally coming in at the same age, but with a much significantly huge development in his career. And I don't want to make any excuses and say, no, but these are things that we have to look at as fans. You can't just look at it black and white. Like, oh, Coman's young, he's 24. But Gnabry's 25. Serge Gnabry joined us in 2017, loaned for 1 year, 18-19. That's when he broke through, and he had an amazing season, 19-20, again contributing massively to our treble win in all regards. And that's because just he put his head down and works. And I always felt like Coman didn't do that. I mean, Niklas Süle took food from the train. Oh, damn. Oh, why? I'm still going to drink that. There's a bug in my... Why today? Yeah, I really wanted Coman to do that. Like, Niklas would come to the training ground and get food and take it home. That's the strictness I want. Goretzka put his head down whenever he was injured with a shoulder injury, and he'd work on his muscles and his physical development. And people would say he took the roids because they're jealous of his development in such a congested amount of time. I always felt like, you know, why can't Kingsley do that? And I don't know. It's maybe not him as a person. It's not his personality. It's not his ambition to be physically fit at all times. But look at Lewandowski. This guy doesn't eat any wrong foods. And I really want Coman to succeed. I really, really do. He's going to be a real joy for us to watch if he's consistently making the right decisions. For me, all I ask for Coman is, okay, 4 times. 4 times out of, just get it twice. If you have 4 chances to do something, cross, shoot, just get it right twice. 50%. I want 50%. Yes, I'll take 50%. Because that 50% could turn now into maybe 12 goals in the league. And then, I don't know, it could really genuinely be nice. Just 50% now. I don't want 100. You're not going to get 100 out of any player. No player is going to give you 100%. Some will give you 80%. Some will give you 75.2%. I want just 50% from Coman. If he can do that, then he's going to have a great season. I really want him to. And there's something about Coman that people just enjoy. It's the liveliness, it's the pace. And now we have that with Sané. Sané is going to add a lot of joy to the fans. Whenever he runs and nutmegs people, the stadium is going to love him. And Coman has that too, where, look at Gnabry, for example. When Gnabry gets on the ball, he's about efficiency, effectiveness, passing, layoff, running behind quickly, quick play. When Sané and Gnabry get the ball, Sané and Coman get the ball, they want to dribble and put people on their toes. They love to nutmeg and break ankles, ankle collectors. If they had a whole museum, they'd just be having ankles in there. But with Coman, it's always been about his decision making. It's always been about his end product. I don't want to keep talking about that. I don't want to. With Flick now, I hope Hansi Flick can manage through. And I'm very excited. The reason I also wanted to make this is because Miroslav Klose is going to be part of the coaching staff going into this next season. Klose, so excited for him. This is something that I'm very, very excited for because, first of all, he's going to teach Zirkzee a lot of his movements. Lewandowski could still learn a few things, I guess, from Miroslav, right? But Klose did this thing where he was always in the right spot, the right time, always picking the right shots and the right power. Coman needs that. He needs that type of coaching. Hopefully Miroslav can get it through to him because it's okay to have a lot of knowledge, but if you can't translate that to another human being with a completely different background and life to you, then you're a crap coach. But then the best coaches make sure they get their players to understand what it is they're wanting them to do. So hopefully Miroslav Klose can get Coman inside and punch him. Slap him until he learns how to finish well and pick his right. Because Coman can finish. I remember, was it Ajax we played and he had this amazing finish. He can do that. He has this shot where he just places it with power. But then it's the ones where I'm like, Coman, you should score that. And maybe it's because he's rushing it. So if he has someone that knows how to be composed and how to just say the right, I don't know. I hope Miroslav Klose can play a big role in this next season, especially for Zirkzee and Coman. I mean, Sané to a certain extent, but I feel like Sané is already like a code finisher. Watch his finishes versus Liverpool. He's putting it through 3 people's legs before the ball goes in. Gnabry too. Serge Gnabry. I watched, was it Augsburg we played or was it Mainz? I think it was Mainz. The ball came from a corner. Everyone's expecting a shot. Gnabry dribbles, touch, and then everyone's expecting him to shoot it near. He just shoots it, and the ball goes straight into the spot where I just saw it going into. It's amazing, and I want Coman to have that in his game. And he might not have it completely, but he can learn it. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Right? This isn't hate towards Coman. This is genuinely just constructive criticism. I'm trying my best because I have a very straightforward attitude. I don't really have a filter, right? If something's crap, I say it's crap. I really don't care. And I think it's both a good thing and a bad thing because I'll be real. If my friend wants to know something, I will literally answer it the way they want to know it. My friend wants to know if a girl, she's trash. She's not a good person. I will say it. I will literally say it. If someone asks me something, and I will say it. I have friends that, George, the blah, blah, blah. I just say it, and I don't want to be like that when it comes to actually giving out constructive criticism because that's a little bit unfair, especially on the player, because I don't want to just sit here and be like, Coman's crap, or he has this, or he's not good enough, or he's not smart enough. I don't want to do that. I genuinely want to give good criticism. So, bear with me because I'm developing too as just a person and as a genius. Geniuses can't get it right all the time. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. I appreciate each and every single one. You leave a like on the video if you haven't. And yeah, Mia San Mia and peace. I can't wait for this next season. This is gonna be these are the things we look for. Just the excitement, the new players. I like new players. Adrenaline rush. Dopamine rush. New players, new signings. Come on, Bayern. Sign the whole new squad. Chelsea FC, sign everyone. Just so someone can't afford them.